Hey guys, here we go again. The cause of chronic fatigue is not what you think it is. It is not Lyme's, it is not Epstein Barr, and it is not a autoimmune condition. What the heck is that anyway? Oh right, the body is attacking itself. No, the body is never attacking itself. Your body is designed and wired to keep you alive. It is never, ever working against you. No exceptions. To find out the root cause of chronic fatigue, let's dive in right now. Hello humans, welcome back to the channel where we discuss everything health, healing, and higher consciousness information. And today we're going to be looking at chronic fatigue, what actually causes chronic fatigue, and what to do about it. So I want to really preface this by saying that if you've clicked on this video and you have an already diagnosed autoimmune condition, or if you just have chronically low energy, this is still the video for you. Because whether you know it or not, you guys are actually in the same place, cellularly speaking. However, the person that has the diagnosed condition is just further along in the process than a person who has low cellular energy. We have to understand that our body and the cells that make up our body, they are alkaline. They are a battery. They promote electricity. And so when we see a chronically low energy situation, we see low voltage of the body. We see low voltage of the cell. Well, what creates that low energy or that low voltage? Demineralization. Demineralization and obstruction. So our body is made of minerals. They are the spark plugs. They are the conductors of this energy. And if we become demineralized, then we see low voltage. We also see low energy if we are not putting the correct fuel in our body, if we are not taking in enough simple sugars, and if we are not having enough oxygen, we will see low energy because oxygen is the cell's #1 nutrient. What we also see in chronic fatigue cases is a case of heavy metal toxicity. And this is usually always the case, underlying cause of nearly all diseases, but particularly with chronic fatigue or chronic fatigue syndrome. This is because those metals are short-circuiting the electricity of the body. So to fully heal chronic fatigue, we have to detox and chelate these heavy metals out of our system. And these heavy metals are an obstruction to the body. The first thing that we need to address when we have chronic fatigue or chronically low energy is the GI, is our colon. And so if we are obstructed, we are not absorbing or assimilating our nutrients, and we are not eliminating. So we are seeing constipation, but not only literal constipation, cellular constipation. So the first thing that we need to do to unburden our cells, to remove that obstruction so they can get the oxygen, is to clean our GI, is to clean our intestines. If we don't do so, we see toxic waste build up and we become further and further congested, and this really just obstructs our cells even more, dropping those energy levels down. We will also then see a pathology. We will see microbes of viruses or bacteria because now our terrain is becoming demineralized, it's becoming very low oxygen. So we're going to see pathology. Here we will see these microbes and these viruses coming in to try to help clean this congestion, to try to help clean this waste matter that is accumulating around the cells. The next thing that we need to address when we have chronic fatigue is to clean out our liver. This is very important because our liver is our body's chemical manufacturing plant. So over a lifetime of eating very high fat diets, our liver has accumulated cholesterol stones and hepatic stones. And because of this, the liver cannot do its job properly. And so what we need to do is we need to really clean out the liver so we can restore a process called methylation. By restoring methylation, we not only enhance DNA production, but we enhance the energy output of our cells. And so each cell is like a self-sustaining city. It has an energy output. By restoring methylation, this allows the separate cells, because the body is interconnected, to output more energy. So we must then do a liver cleanse with specific herbs to help break down these stones and pass through the body. The next thing that we want to look at is we want to make sure that we do not have an adrenal gland weakness. The adrenal glands are glands that sit on top of our kidneys, and they are connected in with our autonomic nervous system, our ANS. So our nervous system is the conductor for our vital energy. It is the conductor for our electricity. So if we have very low functioning adrenal glands, we will have a very low functioning nervous system. A way that we can tell if we have an adrenal gland weakness is simply to take our blood pressure. And if the systolic number on top is low, then that is usually indicative of an adrenal gland weakness. We can take herbs for this to rebuild the adrenal glands. We can take licorice and ginseng. Both of these herbs are very good to rebuild the adrenals, but I do caution you with licorice because it can rebuild it very quickly. Another really hidden cause that most practitioners don't know or will look for is a pituitary gland weakness. So the pituitary gland is the gland that controls all of our glands and all of our hormones. And it is a very high potential that we could have heavy metals sitting in the brain causing this pituitary gland weakness. The last thing we really want to take a look for, sometimes it's so obvious it's right in front of our nose, is a low iron count. So if our cells have low iron, they have low oxygen, which means our cells are not getting the oxygen requirements they need. So it could be something as simple as just reversing a low-grade anemia. To reiterate, it is important to understand that the cell is a battery and the cell is alkaline. So it is not the microbe to be blamed, rather the cellular terrain. Microbes are not a problem when the cellular terrain is oxygenated, not congested, and when it's mineralized. And when you see this occur, you will see a microbe such as a virus polymorph back into a protein that does not affect the body because there will no longer be a role for those microbes. Microbes only appear, are manufactured, or are housed by the body if the cellular terrain is low voltage, low oxygen, and demineralized and congested. So it is never the microbe to blame. Things to do if you have chronic fatigue that you can do immediately is to start going out into the sunlight. Go get the vitamin B production. This will really help start giving your cells that energy that they need. The next thing that you can do is you can go ground yourself on the earth and start receiving those electrons. The next thing that you must do if you are suffering from chronic fatigue or chronically low energy to implement immediately is to adopt a high, raw, low-fat, plant-based diet. I say this because the alkaline will bring the electricity, it will bring the hydration needed for the body to remove the obstructions. And the low fat will do this as well. It will allow the blood to become thin so the obstructions can be removed. This will restore the oxygen levels to the cell and it will increase your energy. As well as an alkaline diet always increases your energy because alkalinity is electricity. So you need to adopt a high, raw, plant-based diet with focus on low fat. The next thing that would be very beneficial for you to do is just to adopt a light exercise routine. Nothing heavy because that will be detrimental, but just something light to start getting the blood flow moving again and start getting those oxygen and nutrients to your cells. You also want to perhaps take hot and cold showers because this again will renew the blood flow to your cells. So to recap, what we have to do to heal fully chronic fatigue or chronically low energy, we have to clean the GI. We have to clean out the liver. We have to look if there is an adrenal or a pineal gland weakness. And we have to check our iron to make sure that we have enough oxygen going to the cells. By doing all of these things, this will allow the body to be cleansed and healed. The body's obstructions will be removed and energy will return. And chronic fatigue will no longer be a problem of yours. So that's all for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I always hope you find this information enlightening. If you are in need of healing services, those are available on my website. I offer everything from healing programs to health coaching to private consultations. I do offer a free monthly webinar as well where you can get your questions answered directly. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment sections below. I will do my best to answer them. For now, take better care of yourself. No one's going to do it for you. Signing out. I love you.
Okay, that was the physical reasons for chronic fatigue, but to check out the non-physical reasons for chronic fatigue, check out this video right now.